I know that if we talk about mental health, Harry and Meghan are not the first that come to mind, except if we are talking about the opposite. But they absolutely want to position themselves as in a healthy mind has anything to do with perhaps the most insane and moronic people that ever existed. I think that they're maybe worst offenders in that regard, but the problem is that they are really trying to hammer the idea that they are for mental health and for women and girls, and for what does Harry stands for besides Todger cream and stuff. I don't know, but they posted this video, and I don't know if they thought that this was some kind of win or something. But I would like you to take a look at this first frame. And just gonna leave this for a couple seconds before we play the entire clip. I'm not gonna play this with sound. It is not necessary because they don't speak. But I want to ask you, what is your first impression, the feeling of this when you see this clip? I'm gonna tell you what I felt. I felt that Harry was like cornered, like literally, and metaphorically, like he's in a corner because, well, you could say, oh, that's where the lamp is. Well, I don't know. Well, the lamp seems to be right next to a door, so I'm pretty sure that is a lamp that you can move, because maybe it would be, I don't know, easier if or he wants to be in a corner, so he doesn't necessarily have to be there. That is important to understand. I'm trying to figure this out, but the feeling of this scene is one of dread. That is the first emotion that I felt, the first sentiment of this scene. I know that they wanted to go for the black and white chic aesthetic, but the problem is that it has so much contrast that that is not the Montecito kitchen black and white. You remember the documentary? No, that is not the same effect. And of course, Meghan is doing something and does her worst. Let's go for the body language. Does her worst body language fake laughter ever, as in, oh, you make. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to look at you. And Harry is, just reading a script in the background. And he barely smiles. I think that we are doing this for the upteenth time, you moron. Tries to smile nice for Instagram right now or else. And that's why she laughs. But let me see what does Harry until the end. Oh, he tries to laugh as well. Oh my God, no, Harry. That is a very, very lousy attempt at chuckling and jiggling. Oh yeah, it's so spontaneous. Happy World Mental Health Day to the man who always keeps me laughing. What else? We have 3 glasses of water. Oh, this is not a door. In fact, this is not a door. I thought it was a door. There's a bit of industrial, hazards in here. This cable. The way that Harry is leaning into the frame, into the corner. I mean, it's you. The problem is that Meghan doesn't understand. It is not 2015 anymore. There's not 2020 anymore. She really thinks that this is what brings authenticity to them, and everybody knows that this is. Everybody knows that this, even in TikTok, move away from this a long time ago. Do you know what Meghan should do? She should be on TikTok. She should be vlogging on TikTok. She should be doing live streams on TikTok. If she wants to, go for that younger audience, this is passé. This is already out of trend. I don't know how to say this. This doesn't work. We need more content, Meghan. We need more content on TikTok. You should open a TikTok account. It would be great. I'm pretty sure that you will have millions of followers on day one and create content in there. Spontaneous content, not this super curated content that is so stale and so fake. I mean, it's much better when you go out there. You are in the, there's galas and there's there's red carpets, and then your mask slips. The problem is that is not the content you want to get viral, because, well, my previous video on your mask slip when it's doing the numbers here in the Roger Rogue. Again, this is the tragedy for us. It's just another Sunday. This is a tragedy of a couple who are playing everything for the appearances. The perfect shot, the perfect composition, the perfect everything. And no, we already know that Harry didn't want to be there. Harry was forcing a smile all the time. Harry was leaning away from her. And she was upset the second that Harry was getting any sort of attention at all. So I think that this is one of the best examples. I think this is one of, hands down, one of the best examples. This frame right here of what it means, the dynamics of this couple. As in, Meghan is in the foreground, Harry is in the background. In the corner, somebody puts Harry in the corner, and we know exactly who it is, with a very low lampshade, trying to read a script. Why is he reading a script? Why is he reading the script if he had a teleprompter? He had a teleprompter, right? We could see the teleprompters when they were giving the speech. Why is he rehearsing the? Okay, I'm gonna be fair. When you want to be good at your speech, even you have a teleprompter, you rehearse it to know, how you raise and lower your voice. But Harry never does that. He's the worst public speaker like ever. And he has become worse over time, because we know that for some reason, Meghan wants, well, we know why, because we know that Meghan wants him to be a lousy public speaker so she can shine bright when it's her turn. So, no, I don't think that Harry is the type that he rehearses. He has teleprompted speeches before doing them, before offering it. No. That ain't happening. This is completely fabricated stuff. Again, I don't know what to tell you. Why do they do this? Because they have to keep their brand out there. But as in with so many people that I analyze, I think that the people who work for them hate them with all their guts, are there only for the paycheck, and they couldn't care less if they inspire this sense of dread and oppression when with just a few seconds on Instagram. I'm actually surprised, but I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. Much love and bliss.